Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the final MotorMaster Monday of the 2023 calendar year, folks. We are here tonight to crown a 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion in these Xfinity cars on the NASCAR Heat 5 game on the PlayStation console. Your final 4 drivers: Aaron Garcia in the 9, Landon Jenkins in the 10, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. They run 1, 2, 3, and your underdog moment here, your underdog driver in the final 4, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 Toyota Supra, right now currently scored in the 5th position, it leading the second group of cars. 18 cars started this race. It is a 100-lap event here at Homestead-Miami Speedway to crown a champion for, as I mentioned, the 6th annual calendar year. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporter, the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Alex Tesdahl. Kick back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, or maybe brew yourself a nice hot cup of coffee and enjoy the show. 18 drivers, 100 laps, the season finale here at Homestead. So many different lines you can run here. These drivers getting about 25 to 27 laps on a full tank of fuel, so they should be good to go the rest of the way here for stage 1 without having to pit under green and surrender any track position. You can see the teammates working together down the front straightaway on the outside line with that draft, and the 7 might have even gotten close enough to give the 9 a little bit of a push going into turn 1, that most recent time by, and it's going to really shut down the run, the move that Landon Jenkins in the 10 car was putting on. The stage points do not matter for these final 4 contenders. It's all about the best finishing, the highest finishing final 4 contender. That driver will be crowned your 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion. Aaron Garcia in the 9 leading the way. Landon Jenkins is going to lose second for the time being, it looks like, to Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. Trey Hollywood, the non-playoff driver in this group here, running in 4th in the orange number 92 Chevy Camaro. It looked like he let Landon Jenkins in the 10 get back in line and settle into 3rd. Nice veteran move by him, one of the drivers that is not really looking to cause any problems or drama here tonight, just looking to finish the season strong. Talking about Trey Hollywood in the 92, one of our drivers who made it all the way to the round of 8 in this year's playoffs. Here's another driver who made it all the way to the round of 8. Aiden Cody in the number 16 picked up a win this year as well. He's got some connection issues going on at the moment. He missed the final 4 by about 23 points behind Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. Right now he's just behind Connor Brown in the blue and black number 39 Napa Chevy Camaro. It's a really nice custom paint job by him. And the 8 car of Blair Roussel making only his first start of the season, and it comes all the way here at the end of the season finale at Homestead. Blair Roussel, one of our full-time drivers on iRacing, currently running 8th here in this race. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdahl. Alex, we know that you lost a ton of track position at the beginning of this race. Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 car came down the track and collected you. Other than that, how does the car feel, and what do you think we can expect here in tonight's championship race?
Well, the car is kind of messed up right now, so it's pretty off the pace. But we had all right pace before the wreck, so it's not over. But it seems like it's, championship 4 for a reason. Looks like them 4 are gonna, control this race for the most part.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a common theme for the most part here in these championship races. The final 4 drivers really do excel, whether it's Homestead or whether it's Phoenix, wherever we decide to go for this championship event. You're right, Alex. The final 4 drivers really do stand out. They really do shine. Right now, they are running 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 car, the only final 4 driver that you do not see in your picture here. He leads that second group of cars. Trey Hollywood taking a look to the inside, making it 3 wide actually for a moment with Landon Jenkins in the 10, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. I don't know if he didn't get the momentum he needed through the center of the corner or not, or maybe he just lifted and gave the positions back and didn't want to cause any problems. Either way, he couldn't quite get the job done, couldn't complete the pass. He's going to slide back in line into 4th. Looks like he's being very patient He knows what's at stake for these three drivers that are just in front of him. Looks like he's just trying to ride around with them and try to be there at the end later on for the win here tonight. Now here, and there was contact a moment ago here. Blair Roussel, the 39 of Connor Brown, the 16 of Aiden Cody, a couple of them went flying below the white line on the front straightaway that most recent lap. Last time by, all three of them were able to hold on to it and keep on going. You can see a little bit of front end damage to the 16 of Aiden Cody, but I think that that's being caused by the little bit of a lag spike he has right now. Every now and then you'll see his car just kind of pop into the wall or pop into the car behind him. And really on his screen, that's not at all what's happening. So I think the damage we're seeing is a product of that. And battle here for position that's inside the top 10. Dustin Franklin in the 07 and the Canadian driver Emily Sari in the 54. She made the playoffs this year, but she was eliminated in the round of 16. And if all goes well here tonight in the season finale, she's going to hold on to 13th in the final standings here for the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. There's a couple of cars spiking around here. We're hoping to get this one in. There's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in 5th. Probably the underdog of the Final Four, despite having a win this season. That win is the main reason why he's here in this position. He would have finished in 5th in the points at the end of the round of 8 here in the playoffs if he didn't get that win at Texas. That win allowed him to not have to worry about points at all heading into Martinsville earlier tonight. He's been able to prepare mentally and physically for this championship race, knowing that he's going to be a part of the Final Four and that this Homestead season finale is going to really mean something to the driver of the 61. See if we can get back up towards the front again here. Still Aaron Garcia leading. Landon Jenkins runs in 2nd. A couple of cars have won a lap down here. Jay Hollywood in 3rd. Josh Colm-Diaz is in 4th. The two cars that won a lap down were Alex Tesdall in the 22 and the 08 car just in front of him. And Alex, that's going to trap you a lap down, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's a shame. The only thing you can kind of hope for at this point is another caution to come out in stage 2, perhaps a quick one. And so it looks like it's going to be Aaron Garcia, Landon Jenkins, Trey Hollywood, Josh Colm-Diaz, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. finishing in 5th. And I should mention, now, I believe it was Aaron Garcia who won the pole for this race as well. We will confirm that once the second stage begins, because it'll actually move my my monitors here over to the pole sitter's car automatically. And no, folks, it was actually the 10 of Landon Jenkins. So we're lined up in the restart zone, coming to the beginning of stage 2. Only 2 stages left in the season, folks. Green flag in the air. All 4 of the final 4 drivers finished in the top 5 in stage 1, but again, I mentioned earlier, the stage points don't matter for the final 4 drivers. It's all about the highest finishing final 4 contender at the end of this race. And that driver will be crowned your champion, 3 wide for the lead. Landon Jenkins is going to clear him, and he's going to take the lead for the first time all race long. It's a good time to do it. And whoa, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 got up and found the outside wall coming out of turn 2, and that's going to cost him a ton of track position. He's going to drop outside of the top 5 all the way back to 8th. Good news for him is there's a long way to go between now and the checkered flag. If anyone can get back up there in contention, he is one of those drivers. Now the 10 Still trying to stretch his legs here and try to maybe stretch a bit of a lead out, but it's really hard to get away from the competition at a 1.5 mile like Homestead-Miami Speedway, where you can use many different lines to complete passes and carry so much speed and momentum through these corners. The draft is super strong, so as long as you're within a car length of the driver in front of you, especially on the straightaways, really I don't see how the leaders can really get away or put too much distance between themselves and the rest of the field. It really will take a bit of a mistake by some of these drivers to lose the draft with the lead group. And the highest he's run all race long so far, folks, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., one of the final 4 contenders, has worked his way all the way up into 3rd. And a huge shout out, a huge kudos going to Trey Hollywood in the 92. He's been a contender since the beginning of this race. He's just been kind of running right there in 4th, minding his own business and not causing any problems, just kind of following these contenders. And getting word the 16 of Aiden Cody is causing some connection issues, and it's really... Some of the cars just behind the 16 are having to lift at times to try to keep their distance and keep a safe distance in between themselves and Aiden Cody. And there might come a point in this race where we have to politely tell the 16 driver to park it, because he's having all kinds of problems there. And he's doing the right thing. Aiden Cody went down below the white line on the front straightaway and let a number of these cars go. Aiden was eliminated in the round of 8 here in the playoffs. There you see him. He's got to win this year as well. It's been a very strong season, but over these last few weeks, he's really struggled with his internet connection, and it seems like every race he pops around like he was just a moment ago. See if he can hang on and continue. Right now, it's Aaron Garcia leading in the 9 car. Adam Jenkins in the 10 running 2nd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 running in 3rd. They are final 4 contenders. Trey Hollywood in the 92 runs in 4th, was eliminated in the round of 8. And the final 4 contender of Josh Columbia is running in the 5th position here in the 7 car. Fell back to 8th just a couple of laps ago, and now he's finally rebounding and getting himself back into a position where he wants to restart for the final stage. The blue and yellow number 54 Toyota looking to the inside is Emily Sari. She's worked her way all the way up to 6th place. The highest running of the 2 Canadian drivers right now. Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 was able to complete the pass on her. She didn't have the momentum she needed exiting that last corner there, coming out of turn 4. Kind of got pinched down there below the 7 car. It's kind of the risk you take if you make a move to the inside trying to complete a pass on somebody, because if you can't complete the pass, most likely they're going to come back with a huge run of momentum on the outside. And you're right, there's a big problem coming out of turn 4. Many cars involved. Might draw a caution. She's still in trouble here. She just hit the inside wall and a ton of front end damage to her car. I didn't see exactly what happened to her. It looked like she entered that corner more on the high side than the low side. But she would have lost it all by herself, Alex. Did you get a good eye of it?
Looked like the 16 legged into the back of her and sent her around.
Oh, man. Yeah, there might come a time when we need to ask the driver of the 16 to park, but that is a heartbreaker. She was having a great run. She had worked her way all the way up to 6th, and she was challenging the 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz for 5th. Like, she's plenty capable of staying right there in the draft with these top 4, top 5, top 6.
Pulled to the 8th and then 3 and 4.
And that's good. That's good. At least he's being nice about it. Some drivers really do refuse to pull over and tell him it's not his connection, it's your connection. But really, he knows he's got an issue. It's been an ongoing issue for a couple of weeks now. And he's doing the right thing. He's pulling over and letting these drivers go any chance he gets. Might even pull it off the racetrack completely here for the rest of the night. $18 drivers started this 100-lap event. It is the season finale, folks, for the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season in these Xfinity cars on the NASCAR Heat 5 game. The final 4 contenders are all right here in the top 5 battling in this group that you're watching on your screens. We'll get a laps to go count update from Alex Tesdahl here in stage 2 whenever he hits the line the next time by.
Seven to go.
10-4. And because of this craziness here in stage 2, it appears on our screens that you're actually the 7th car in line. Now, I know that you're tracked 1 lap down, but I think that this also means you're in the free pass position if all goes the way it is from here to the end. Is that true? What position are you in?
Currently last place, but yeah, as long as no one else falls a lap down, we'll get the free pass.
That's perfect, because clearly you got good speed. You were able to keep with these drivers in stage 1 until you lost them because of other traffic. So, yeah, hopefully you can get yourself back into the mix for the final stage. And now with only 5 laps to go, coming around now to 5 laps to go at the line this time by, we are running out of time. And it's the last opportunity for these drivers to pick up a stage win in the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. And just a moment ago, we saw Trey Hollywood in the 92. He went down to the inside of the 7 and the 61, slid up into the side of the 7, who then slid up into the 61 a little bit. And some minor contact there was made, and that's kind of what spread out some of these drivers. It's going to leave Landon Jenkins and Aaron Garcia to battle for the stage win, unless they can close back in on their back bumpers within these last 4 laps. And a shout out to Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 car. He was the one who got the free pass at the end of stage 1, and he's parlayed that all the way into a 6th place run here in stage 2 with only 4 laps to go. If he advances his position 1 more spot, he gets a stage point. And we should mention Landon Jenkins has taken the race lead from Aaron Garcia, but now the crossover move is being applied, and I don't think that the lead is going to last too much longer now for the driver of the 10, though I've been wrong before. It's going to greatly depend on where Josh Colombias goes down this front straightaway. 3 laps to go in stage 2. Oh, and bad news for Alex Tesdahl in the 22. These leaders are catching Emily Seri in the 54. I don't think they'll get to her in time, but it's going to be fairly close. If they come out of turn 4 this time to see the 2 laps to go signal, she might be fine. Is it 2
to go this time?
Okay, yeah, this is going to be close, but I think they're going to be fine, man. This is going to be tight. Now they're going to turn 1. Aaron Garcia has retaken the lead from Landon Jenkins in the 10, and now they are coming up on the back bumper of Emily Seri. She falls 1 lap down as they exit turn 2, now going into turn 3. And it looks like she will be the one that gets the free pass at the end of stage 2, which is an unfortunate scenario here for Alex Tesdahl, our in-race reporter. He's going to need a caution in the final stage to catch back up and get himself back into contention for this win. The white flag has been shown. The next time by, they will see the green and white checkered flag to signal the end of stage 2. And folks, don't look now, but all 4 of the top 4 drivers on the leaderboard are all Final 4 championship contenders. Here goes Landon Jenkins to the inside. Josh Colombias gave a bump to Aaron Garcia in the 9. Aaron goes way up the hill because of it. It's going to open the door even more for Landon Jenkins in the 10. He's going to win stage 2. And that was wild. Now we're going to need some help from Alex Tesdahl for this top 5, because I was a little bit too close to call for some of them. But if I had to guess, I believe Aaron Garcia finishes in 2nd in that one.
Yeah, he did.
And give us the entire top 5 if you don't mind, but don't forget to pit.
Pluto, Black Cross, Juicy, and NASCAR King XD.
All right, thank you very much. Well, that's going to do it for Stage 2, folks. No more stages here in 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series racing. We have one stage remaining, folks. One more final stage of a race here. It's round 36 of 36 here in the 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. Started back on NASCAR Heat 2 with Slade Gravitt picking up the championship that year. Dakota Bruv winning it the following year. Noco, Jason Doro, Matt Smith. They are your champions here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Who is going to win it here in 2023? Let's find out together, folks. The green flag is back in the air, and they are roaring into turn 1. Couple of cars standing out down below the white line. I think some of them bounced off each other or lost control. We stay green for the most part. Now they're working turn 3. Landon Jenkins in the 10 car, your leader, 3 wins this season. Aaron Garcia in the 9 car, right behind him in second, 13 wins. A staggering 13 wins for him this season, and over 30 stage wins, breaking records. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car runs in third. No wins for him here in 2023. Looking to change that by winning the championship race here at Homestead. He knows he can do it. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 has won championships here in NASCAR on Supercross and NASCAR 15 and even GTA 5 with us, folks. Now he's looking to do it for the very first time here on a NASCAR Heat game. He found victory lane for the first time in his Motormaster career and his Truck Series career this year in 2023. It's been a breakout year in a couple of different series for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. He's right there in 4th. The top 4 are the championship 4 contenders. The top 5 in total are kind of breaking away from the rest of the field. Trey Hollywood in the 92 trailing the final 4 very closely. Things are getting wild from about 6th on back. It's Sean Lucas in the 51 car. Running in 6th, trying to lead this train of race cars back towards the top 5 if he can help it. It's going to be easier said than done. Sean Lucas was eliminated in the round of 8. He had a very strong season as well in that 51 car for Bold Pluto Racing. Getting a good push from Blair Roussel, one of the 2 Canadian drivers in tonight's field. He's driving that 8 car. Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 just behind him. The 08 Chevy, haven't spoken too much about Sean McNutt, but he's a long-time NASCAR driver from back on NASCAR 15, and it's great to see him back on the racetrack with us after being gone for a couple of months. And they're all chasing Landon Jenkins. And I do see some progression from the second group of cars. I don't know if they're actually gaining time on the top 5 or not, but the gap has stabilized. They're not losing anything at this point, staying at about, I don't know if I had to take a guess, about 12 to 13, 14 car lengths. When they're on the straightaways, it gets a little bit shorter when they're in the corners. Roll it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdahl. Get an update on laps to go here in the final stage. No problem. I asked a little too early.
47 to go.
All right, and if we stay green all the way until the checkered flag in this final stage, which I know that's not what you want to see, but if we do, it looks like everybody's going to need to pit. It might end up being 2 times. And now we got a crash on the back straightaway. The 22 of Alex Tesdahl, Connor Brown, Ethan Hoekstra, Aiden Cody, and several others involved. And the caution is out for the first time. Oh, no, we're not.
We're still green.
We're still green. I can't believe we're still green. And what caused that one?
I tried to make a move up the middle, and rock came up, and we all piled up.
Yikes, trouble in paradise here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. The level of urgency has never been higher all season long. Everyone wants to come on out here and finish the
There's a
season
yellow.
on a
I think
strong
the
note.
68 caused it intentionally, though.
I think you're right, actually. The caution is out for the very first time in this race for an on-track incident. The other two cautions we have seen in this race were all for the ends of stages, and I think you're right. Connor Brown in the 39 and Ethan Hoekstra in the 68, I think, are both guilty of causing an intentional caution here, which is subject to penalties, and there will be penalties at the end of this one. Nevertheless, the caution is out. This is going to kind of reset everything. Landon Jenkins leads, Aaron Garcia in second, Josh Colm-Diaz running in third, and it looks like Jeffrey Robinson Jr., our other Final Four contender, has slipped to fifth just behind Trey Hollywood in the 92. This changes everything as well, Alex, because not only does this break the stage up a little bit to the point where everyone would only need to pit once if this stage goes green to the finish, but this puts you back on the lead lap.
Yeah, all 17 cars now have a chance, and I still believe it's a one stop from here, but it's guaranteed a one stop.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck to you. Green flag is back in the air with under 40 laps to go here in the season finale at Homestead. Warrior Code 300, round 36 of 36 here. Tonight we crown a 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion. Aaron Garcia in the 9 car won stage 1. Landon Jenkins in the 10 won the pole and won stage 2. Both have taken turns leading laps in this race. We've had a total of 3 different drivers lead laps so far in this race, and all 3 of them are Final Four contenders. Now the Final Four are all bumper to bumper, nose to tail. They all have a chance here. And this is exactly what they all want. See, the stage points did not matter for any of these Final Four contenders. As you can see, they're bouncing off each other, battling for the lead. The stage points didn't matter for them. So when it comes to the track position for the final stage, really what they were trying to do was just simply get the best track position they possibly could throughout stage 1 and stage 2 and put themselves in this position that they are in exactly right here, right now. Be in the top 5 or top 7, top 8 for the start of the final stage. Not have too much traffic to worry about, not have too many cars to pass and have to negotiate your way through the field. And be right there up at the front here with a shot to win. Because the field is going to spread at some point or another, and it's begun here with the top 7 getting away, and you want to be in that lead group if you can help it. Second group looks really crazy, and a car has spun after hitting the apron. It was Timmy Brown in the 19, but I think he got pinched down there, and we have a caution for the second time in this race. Alex, you had a better view of it than I did. You had just gotten the free pass to get back on the lead lap, so you restarted back there in 17th. What did you see?
Yeah, it got crazy, and I will take partial blame for that one. I thought a 19 get out of shape on the apron, and I tried the lift and let him back in line, and when I did that, 54 drove into the back of me and sent me into him and spun me on him.
And can you tell it's the final stage? Can you tell this is the season finale? Everybody is going for it, folks. Everybody wants to finish the season strong, whether you're a Final Four contender or not. These drivers would love to go out on a high note, get a top 5, get a top 10 here at Homestead. And we should have about 35, maybe 32 laps to go. We'll check in with Alex in just a moment for that. Landon Jenkins and Sean Lucas lead them into the restart zone. We're green again.
35 to go.
I was in the ballpark.
We'll still need to make a pit stop if it stays green from here.
Yes, yes, you will. And it will be 4-tire pit stops. There's no way left sides are lasting a run and a half, essentially. Landon Jenkins got the lead, Aaron Garcia in second. You can tell there was some strategy there by the 51 of Sean Lucas to get some track position, and he's fading a little bit on the outside line because of it, but definitely give him kudos for the gamble. And I love that shot. So many different lines, so many different grooves you can use here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And there was contact there, I believe, between the 61 and the 7. It might have actually been the 9 and the 7. And a great save by Josh Colm-Diaz to keep the car on the track and in the top 5. He only lost one spot, and that was to the 92 of Trey Hollywood. Aaron Garcia got a bump there from the 61, but I think it might have been because the 92 bumped the 61 into him. And now Jeffrey Robinson Jr. led that lap this time by, so this makes it so all Final Four contenders have led at least one lap in tonight's race. Man, this is great stuff. And Jeffrey is still hanging tough on the the inside. Landon Jenkins and Aaron Garcia both went way too high through turns 3 and 4. Jeffrey's going to lead this lap again here. About 32 laps remaining, and these drivers are battling like it's 5 laps to go. Did they not realize pit stops still need to happen? This is crazy racing here, but this is exactly what we expected to see here in the season finale. All 4 of the Final 4 contenders up here in the top 5. And check that top 9 now, as Aaron Garcia needs to kind of slice and dice his way back towards the top 3. And what a moment this is for Jeffrey Robinson Jr., arguably the underdog here entering the Final Four championship race here tonight. He's got to win this season, but without that win, if you were basing it just on points, he would have missed this Final Four by about 10 points behind the 16 of Aiden Cody. It's a bit of a stinger for the youngster Aiden Cody in that 16 car, I'm sure, but great seasons for both drivers, and the win at Texas went a long way for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. being here. He's got wins and championships here in NASCAR, Supercross, NASCAR 15, GTA. Still looking for that very first NASCAR championship on a heat game, and he's getting pretty close here. He's got the lead, and he's opening up the gap by about 3 or 4 car lengths over his competition. In race reporter, Alex Tesdall has worked his way up to 3rd in the 22 car. Had to get a free pass to get back onto the lead lap here in this final stage. He's been trapped 1 lap down pretty much ever since stage 1, and now here's his green light to try to get to the front and win this thing. There's Rush Downing and Emily Sari, 2 former NASCAR Outlaw Series race winners with us on Wreckfest. They're closing in on the back bumper of Ethan Hoekstra in the 68. All 3 of these drivers in your camera frame are eligible for the NASCAR Novice Cup Series season this year on NASCAR Heat 5.
Final 4 drivers are currently 1 through 4.
Man, that did not take long at all. When one of them slips back and kind of changes that, and it's no longer the case that they're running in the top 4 spots, whoever that driver is rebounds within a handful of laps, and all of a sudden it's them again in the top 4 spots. Very impressive. This time it was Aaron Garcia in the 9 car, recovering from about 9th place up to 3rd, and rejoins the battle with the rest of his Final 4 contenders, his Final 4 combatants here, his opponents. To the inside he goes. Got a bit of a push there from his teammate Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. Kind of pays off having a fellow teammate that's also a part of the Final 4. Sometimes you tend to work together and try to eliminate the rest of the competition, and then kind of battle amongst yourselves at the end, if it's at all possible. Right now Aaron has worked his way up to 2nd, and he's closing in on the back bumper of the 61, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., and coming out of turn 4, Jeffrey kind of skimmed the wall a little bit, and that was definitely not going to help his cause for trying to keep these guys behind him. And now you see Aaron is right there on the back bumper of that Toyota Supra. Blair Roussel, one of the 2 Canadian drivers in the field, now scored in 5th. Worked his way around Alex Tesdall a moment ago. Alex back to 6th. Trey Hollywood in the 92 car, trying to work on him now. Trey has probably spent more time in the top 5 than any other driver who's not a part of the Final 4. Ray having a good day, trying to get back to the top 5. Rush Downing in the 90 car. We were just talking good things about him. He was just up there battling with Emily Seri and a few others, just barely outside the top 10. Got loose coming out of turn 2, it looked like, turn 4. And suffered some front end damage with the inside wall. He's going to continue on and we're still green, but definitely not the way he wanted to close out this race. And I guess we are kind of getting to the point of the run now where your car is going to get a little bit loose. It's going to start to slide around a little. The tires are getting hotter and the cars are getting lighter. They're burning fuel. And we've seen a couple of cars lose control here just within the last couple of laps. That includes Rush Downing, that includes Kenny Adair, and that includes Emily Seri. And let us know how many laps to go, Alex, if you don't mind.
23 to go.
All right, and there was a moment there for Blair Roussel in the 8 car. All of a sudden, he was right in front of the 22 of Alex Tesdall, so I didn't want to ask you this right away because it looked like you were going to have your hands full, but what do you think is strategy from this point forward? When do you think we can expect some of these drivers to come down pit road?
Since the left sides probably wouldn't make it anyway, I don't think running it out would be real beneficial, so I'm thinking probably just trying to split this thing in half.
And if we're doing that, then some of these drivers would be coming within, what, the next 5 laps, 6, 7 laps?
Yeah, with a few laps here, if they plan on splitting it in half, a few guys might be coming in a couple laps here.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see what everybody does. A couple more cars looking a little bit loose, a little bit dancy coming out of turn 2. Sean Lucas in the 51, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61, and Alex Tesdall in the 22, all with great saves and keeping it in the group that they're running with. And I think that one of them actually came to pit road. And yeah, it's Sean Lucas in the 51 car coming to pit road, short pitting to try to get some track position, maybe leapfrog some of these drivers. Question also becomes, when do these drivers make that move, folks? The final 4 contenders have been basically within arm's reach, within arm's length of each other all night long. Great patience with each other, great battles. All 4 of them have led at least 1 lap in this race, and they seem to be just kind of content with cruising, whether they're in the lead or whether they're in 4th amongst their final 4 contenders. You know what I mean, Alex? It just seems like they're so content to just ride there knowing that they're not going anywhere. They got a shot to win this thing still, as long as they don't do anything crazy and bold, and they just stay right in the draft. I'm impressed. Whoa!
He's almost lost it. Oh, he did lose it. Maybe.
And I was mentioning a bit ago, we're getting to the point where these drivers are getting loose, and that's a shame. That's Blair Roussel, one of the Canadian drivers here in the field today. He's a full-timer with us on iRacing. Coming out here tonight for some fun. He loses his 5th place position and drops back to 8th now and loses draft with that second group of cars he was in. Not only does this hurt him, but it might hurt the second group of cars. There's just simply 1 less car with them to use the draft and try to be as fast as the leaders. And now problems for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 car. He's got some front end damage. I don't know if somebody lag spiked in front. Oh, and then Jeffrey just nailed Connor Brown in turn 4. Alex Tesdall goes to pit road. If a caution comes out, it's going to benefit Alex the most. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure if it was intentional by Jeffrey, driving it back across the track and into the side of Connor Brown or not. But I don't even know what happened before that either. But it looked like Jeffrey lost the draft with the top 3, top 4 group. And then either
really loose down the back, and after that, I don't know what.
Did he lose the draft because he got loose?
Yeah, he got really loose and went all the way down to the inside wall, almost hit it.
I see, yeah. That is a heartbreaking situation for one of our Final Four contenders. And now the rest of the Final Four contenders have all just signaled that they're coming to pit road this time by. And I'm not sure how many laps to go, but I do know that the window is open. They should be able to make it.
17-ish to go. Oh.
They wrecked. They wrecked. The 7 car just wrecked the 10 car as they were both trying to get to pit road.
Oh, wow.
Now, they were so close together, but if I had to guess, I think that Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car was the one who made this error. I think he was behind the 10 and was going too quick. And now,
10's around in turn 2.
Yes, he is. Kenny Adair in the 94 came down and pinched him, and now Alex Tesdall in the 22 has just driven into the front end of the 10, and we're still green. Pardon me. Wow, I can't believe the level of drama and chaos over these last 5 or 6 laps after such a clean and smooth race. And it looked like Josh Colm-Diaz just kind of drove in too hard, got into the back of the 10, and they both missed pit road. I wonder if Josh would have been the only one to miss pit road if he didn't have the 10 car right in front of him. And so now Landon Jenkins comes down pit road in the 10. He's got to be fuming under the helmet in that race car. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 is also on pit road just in front of him with a ton of front end damage after what he went through. Aaron Garcia just completed his pit stop. No problems for him. And unless he just got a speeding penalty or anything, then he will be the leader when this all cycles out, and he will be in contention to win this championship. And a side note for you, if he wins tonight's race, and therefore the championship, he ties the record with Matt Smith for the most wins in a single season. He would have 14 wins this season. He would tie Matt Smith for that record.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a bit of extra incentive for the driver of the 9 to do really well here tonight, because he knows if not only if he wins, he's your champion, but he also ties a record that none of us thought was ever going to be touched again. And when you have a minute, Alex, we'll take an update on who the leader is and how many laps to go.
The 07 is currently scored as the race leader. And 12 to go. Actually 11 to go since he hasn't made a stop yet.
10-4, thank you. Well, you heard it from your 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Justin Franklin, your race leader in the 07 car, but he's yet to come to pit road for his scheduled pit stop in this final stage. And we expect him to be to pit road relatively soon. When he does, it's going to give the lead back to the 9 of Aaron Garcia. We are confirming that the 92 is going to be running in second when this all cycles out. And it looks like Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 will be running in third when this all cycles through, and he will be the closest Final Four contender to the driver of the 9, Aaron Garcia. Now Dustin Franklin in the 07 signaling that he is coming to pit road this time by as they go into turn 3. And he safely does so like a pro too, stayed all the way down there, glued to the white line, and going to come down pit road for service. Kudos to him for getting some camera time and leading some laps here in the season finale. It was a great season for Dustin Franklin. He was eliminated in the round of 8 here in the playoffs. Had a strong chance at it all the way to the end. There is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Shattered dreams here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Ran top 5 pretty much all night long. He needs a caution at this point if he's going to have any hopes of winning this championship, but that also goes for pretty much the rest of the championship for contenders at this point. A smooth pit cycle, a pit sequence for the driver of the 9, Aaron Garcia, and everybody else had problems. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, Landon Jenkins in the 10, they missed pit road. ran into each other, got a little bit of damage. They both needed to come back all the way around the track with very little fuel and very little tires. And that cost them a great deal of time. Now they are scored in second and fourth, but they would need a caution to catch back up and have a chance at winning here. It's Blair Roussel in the 8 car, scored in third. Trey Hollywood in the 92, scored in 5th. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Alex Tesdall in the 22, scored in 6th. Do I have this right?
I'm currently in 5th.
Oh, okay. I think maybe the 8 car is not on the lead lap with you then.
Says he scored third. The 10 car has scored a lap down.
Oh, wow. So Landon Jenkins lost a lap out of all this. Man, things have changed a lot here in the final stage. The final 4 contenders, you would agree with this, Alex, they were the favorites, man. They were top 5 all night, and now just one wild and weird cycle of pit stops here in this final stage has changed everything. The only thing going for them is that they are running down the leader, Aaron Garcia, little by little each lap, because there's 4 of these cars drafting together, whereas Aaron is by himself on the racetrack, but I don't think they have enough laps left to run him down completely.
No, we've only got 6 to go. They ain't getting there.
No, this is crazy. Whoa, Blair Roussel into the wall, the 8 car. Going to drop back to 4th and maybe into the clutches of Alex Tesdall. There's no draft help now for the driver of the 8. Five laps to go now for Aaron Garcia in the 9. 13 wins for him this season, over 80 playoff points this season. He set new records, new seasonal records, and now holds new top spots for some all-time lists here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. It's been one of those breakout seasons that a lot of drivers would love to have here in a series like this one, a competitive and long a series with long history like this one. Some of the very, very best drivers to ever compete here on NASCAR Heat 5 on the PlayStation side of things have won races and won championships here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. Slade Gravitt in 2018, Dakota Bruv in 2019, Noko in 2020, Jason Doro in 2021, and Matt Smith in 2022, and if everything holds the same from this point forward for another 3 laps, it's going to be Aaron Garcia here in 2023. 3 to go at Homestead. Pardon me.
More problems for the 8. He slowed down the back.
And from great to bad here in the final few laps for the driver of the 8 car. Timmy Brown is off the track in the 19 as well, we should mention. And Dustin Franklin is back on pit road for some reason with some front end damage, it looks like. Might just have been bringing it to pit road to make sure he didn't cause a caution and change the outcome of this race. Now, Aaron Garcia going into turn 3 this time by, and I believe that when he comes out of turn 4, he will see the white flag, folks. Wow, this is it. Another season, the 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season is coming to an end here. The white flag has been shown. One more lap to go. Sponsored by NASCAR. Aaron Garcia is going to finish the season with 14 wins and another championship here in NASCAR. He's won the NASCAR Legends Series Championship. He's won the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series Championship. It seems like with each passing championship, he moves up another level on the ladder, and he's just conquering where he goes. Coming out of turn 4, the checkered flag waves. Aaron Garcia wins the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series Championship on NASCAR Heat 5. A well-deserved championship, 14 wins this season, tying the record with Matt Smith for the most wins in a single MotorMaster season. Over 30 stage wins this year, over 25 top 5s in this 36 race season. It was one of those dominant seasons, one of the dominant eras here we're seeing. We're living in the Aaron Garcia age, folks. He is your 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion. He wins the Warrior Code 300 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Don't forget photos of the results for me, Alex. And a great recovery for our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. Spent most of this race off the lead lap and rebounds for a top 5 finish at the end of this one. And we will have some post-race interviews with your final 4 drivers. They will be joining us here in a matter of moments, so don't click away just yet. We're going to hear from your 2023 champion, Aaron Garcia, as well as your 2023 final 4 drivers, your finalists, here for our 6th annual season. If I'm not mistaken, Landon Jenkins finished 1 lap down, so I believe that it's Josh Colombiez finishing 2nd in the final standings. And we're going to need to check the running order because Jeffrey Robinson Jr. had a very rough final stage. We don't know exactly where some of these drivers finished. The race results will be available at NOSSCAR.com/motormaster later tonight. And Alex, if you don't mind, can you just let NASCAR King and Juicy J know that their services are needed here for a post-race interview. Pluto does not have a mic at the moment, or I can't remember, he might not actually be allowed to talk right now. I think he's in trouble. So don't invite him, that's okay, but we will need Josh Colombiez, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. for a post-race interview. We're going to start, folks, with the driver of the number 7 Chevy Camaro, and that is Josh Colombiez. A strong season for you, buddy. Came in as one of the 2 underdogs here for the Final 4 championship race tonight. You were the only Final 4 driver with no win this season. You were super close to winning at Phoenix, and you were super close to winning this one here tonight at Homestead as well, buddy. Congratulations on a strong season, but you came just a little bit short here for 2023 MotorMaster. Sum up your night for us. Sum up your season. Tell us what you maybe would have done differently.
It was a great season. I was trying to race hard and stuff, and me and Juicy were racing really hard, and it was fun. It was actually a really good season, I think. I just wish I could have got a win before the season was out.
I agree. It was a great season for you. Your stats were great. Your numbers were great. You spent most of tonight in the top 5 with your other Final 4 contenders. All 4 of you led laps at some point or another in this race. What was going through your mind spending so much time around the guys that you were having to battle with for this championship?
It was a lot of fun.
Was there any kind of strategy you had in mind as you were going about that? Were you saving your stuff while you were battling with them, or were you not caring about tires at that point?
Yeah, I was saving my stuff in case Las Vegas would have happened.
And we have to ask you this. What happened when you were coming to pit road for your pit stop in the final stage? Did you miss the entrance?
I was following Black Horse and Pluto, and then it glued me. You know how it is on here. It'll glue you to the other car, and it glued me to Pluto, and it just sent him around.
Yeah, that'll happen. We had a good view for it, and we couldn't believe it when we saw it. What are your final thoughts from your 2023 season?
It was a really good season.
What races stand out to you the most when it comes to how you performed as a driver?
I improved the most this season, and I think Phoenix and this one, and then I think New Hampshire, and I think a couple of road courses I did really good.
Platinum Cup starts in a few weeks. We wish you the best of luck for that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm sure you are. You and about 27 others. Good luck to you in 2023 Platinum Cup, and congratulations on a strong season here in these Xfinity cars in the MotorMaster Series. And do we have Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in here? Jeffrey, can you please make sure that we can hear you? Because your victory lane interview for your race win, we couldn't. No problem, no problem. Just check your settings, make sure it's set to always allow. I Think you got a check mark, a box, or something? Okay, we should be good then, especially if you just changed it. And here we go. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the underdog driver, coming into tonight's Final Four championship race at Homestead. You won the Texas race to lock yourself into this event, and we saw based on points you would have missed the Final Four by about 10 points if you didn't get that win. It really made you have quite the Cinderella story coming into this Homestead season finale, and things were really going your way. You led some laps, spent a lot of time inside the top 5, but towards the end, in the final stage, you lost the draft with the leaders and just didn't have enough time to recover from that point forward. Tell us about your race. Tell us about your season. Oh, yes, it was. You've become quite the familiar face for our Final Fours, like whether it's Platinum Cup or Motormaster. It seems like you're starting to punch your ticket into the championship round a lot more frequently in these recent seasons. What's been changing for you, and what have you improved on to kind of make sure you put yourself in that position? And rank this season in terms of maybe past seasons of yours in your Motormaster career. Is this maybe the best one to date, or does this rank a little lower than some? I firmly agree with that answer. You have a win this year in trucks. You have a win this year in Motormaster. Hopefully you can go get a win this year in Platinum Cup and become the 17th Triple Crown winner, buddy. You had a great 2023. Hopefully you can keep that going. Good job tonight, and good luck to you in Platinum Cup. And last but not least, I guess we should mention this, folks. The driver of the 10, Landon Jenkins, does not have a microphone that he can use at this time, so we won't be having a post-race interview with Landon Jenkins in the 10, but obviously a great season for him as well. 3 wins this season. One of the Final Four contenders here tonight. Led a lot of laps, traded paint with a couple drivers, had a shot to win this thing right down to the very end. A huge shout out to the driver of the 10, Landon Jenkins, and team owner of Bold Pluto Racing. Now, without further ado, folks, he's done it. Your 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion, the driver of the number 9 Chevy Camaro, Aaron Garcia. Folks, coming into this Final Four championship race, when you wanted to ask about who the favorite was, when you wanted to talk about the odds and things like that, who's going to go out there and win this championship, the name that got thrown around the most was Aaron Garcia's, and for good reason. Came into tonight's race with 13 wins, over 30 stage wins, over 25 top 5s all this season in Motormaster competition. Was definitely the standout, was definitely the favorite statistically to win this championship. Sometimes throughout our history in NASCAR, the favorite has not won the championship, but tonight he did. Aaron, congratulations. You held him off. You had a smooth and clean final stage. You had a great last pit stop in the final stage, and you parked it in victory lane. What is going through your mind? Tell us how those last few laps were going for you.
They were going great for me. I'm actually really excited about winning this thing. Winning all these races and getting to this point, it's really great to finally get this thing done and for the Xfinity Motormaster Series season to be over with. I'm gonna miss running all the full time, maybe get some part-times next season and try to win those. But had a great season overall.
Similar question that I asked Josh Colm Diaz. You spent pretty much all race around your other three contenders, your other three opponents in the Final Four round with you. What was going through your mind, slicing and dicing and battling for the lead with all of those drivers? Were you kind of sizing each other up and kind of comparing what the other drivers could do versus what you could do?
Oh, I definitely was. I was just happy that we were able to stay up there and race cleanly and not overdrive the corners. And yeah, just able to stay up there and hold the lines and not. The only time we made contact is when we got loose. So I mean, it was fun driving with all of them. Juicy, NASCAR King, Pluto, Bubba. We all raced. We were all up there and we're clean all race long.
There was one moment in the final stage, towards the very beginning of the final stage, when you lost some track position and slipped back to ninth. You were still in the lead pack, but you were no longer up there with your other three opponents in the Final Four round. Did that kind of spook you a little bit, or were you confident you could get back to them?
Oh, I was confident I was able to run that high line and get the corner off and drive by some people and get up there. I was very confident in myself.
When you found out about all of them having a problem during that final stage on their last pit stop, what was going through your mind, and how did you find out? Did one of them say it to you on the radio, or did you just notice the interval?
Oh, I noticed. I was looking back in my mirror, and I noticed that they had trouble on pit road. And when I saw that happen, I was like, okay, maybe I gained some time when that happened, and I was able to get ahead. And obviously, I did, and took off, getting out of the pits.
I apologize. And I was saying to Alex Tesdahl during the race that there was a bit of added incentive for you. If you won this race, not only were you crowned the 2023 MotorMaster champion, but you also tied the record with Matt Smith for the most wins in a single season with 14. And you did that. For so many years, the record for most wins in a season for MotorMaster Series action was 10. And every year it seemed like one or two drivers was hitting 8 or hitting 9 or tying it at 10. And now you and Matt have both extended it to 14, a record that we didn't expect to happen ever again. And now you've done it, and in the following season. Tell us what that means to you as a driver.
Oh, it feels great knowing that I was able to tie one of the best in NASCAR ever. He's really good, so being able to tie him feels really great to do so.
You had a terrific season, a record-breaking season in so many different ways. You broke a few seasonal records. You now sit on top of a few all-time lists. What do those kinds of numbers mean to you as a driver?
Oh, they mean I'm happy to have those statistics. When able to stay up front and lead laps and win stages and win these races and compete with these great drivers. They're really fast and just able to move forward.
Any last words you would like to give our viewers and fans that have been tuning in all season long, and is there anyone you want to thank before we go off the air?
I thank you and my teammate. We finished 1-2 in the points in the race and able to stay up there. I just want to thank everyone.
Well, you're most certainly welcome from me, that's for sure, and I'm sure everybody extends their biggest welcomes to you. And I'm sure they're extending their biggest congratulations to you as well, my friend. I know I am. Congratulations, Aaron. You are our 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series champion, and you are now a 3-time NASCAR champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And that was the driver of the number 9, Aaron Garcia, a dominant season, finishing in dominant fashion, winning here at Homestead and holding on to that NASCAR MotorMaster Series championship. Final thoughts from our season-long in-race reporter, 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup champion, Alex Tesdahl.
Yeah, it was an amazing season, and I'd like to start with, it's been an honor to be the reporter all season once again. I do enjoy it, and from my personal standpoint, I feel like I underachieved a little bit, but all right season. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it much, and hopefully I get the chance to keep doing this gig in the future.
I was going to say, you enjoy it? You don't mind me talking in your ear while you race? Because the viewers at home, that's what he goes through. He has to hear my commentary in order to help me out with all of this. You're cool with this still?
Unless you address me directly, I'm usually tuning you out.
You're just used to it now, right?
Yeah.
Great stuff, great stuff. Well, congratulations on a strong top 5 to finish the season. And I agree with you on a personal level. I think you did underachieve as well. I think some drivers improved. I think you did as well, but there was just simply more contenders that had a true chance of going deep in the playoffs this year. And for you to make it to the round of 12 still, with the bad luck that you did have, kudos to you, and hopefully you come back just as sharp, just as strong for 2023 Platinum Cup.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking to make an eye for the championship there.
And I'm sure you will. A couple of cup wins in your career, and I'm sure you're going to add more to it, and possibly this season. Go get them.
Thank you.
And folks, that's going to do it. Another NASCAR MotorMaster Series season in the history books. 6 of them now complete. Slade Gravett in 2018. Dakota Bruv in 2019, Noko in 2020, Jason Doro in 2021, Matt Smith in 2022, and now here in 2023, Aaron Garcia wins your NASCAR MotorMaster Series championship on NASCAR Heat 5 in these Xfinity cars in a wild season finale, 18-car season finale at Homestead. From all of us here at NASCAR, including myself and including the in-race reporter of the decade, Alex Tesdall, we are saying so long, and until next year, stay fast, folks.